in. Joining us is Coach Travis Uzee. Hey, he's been here double-digit years now. It's Gold Dome Classic time, man.
It absolutely is.
One of my favorite tournaments in the state. If you've never been here to the Gold Dome and seen that gold aura that hangs around the gym, you're missing out. You should come check it out this year. Started yesterday, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday is closing out. What's up, Coach? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a little hectic with the tournament, but we got some great teams. We had a great first day. We're looking forward to day two, adding some different teams coming that didn't play yesterday, mixing it up in a good round-robin tournament.
Man, again, I'm always gonna ask you to go back to the 7-day format. That's to me that's tournaments at their finest. But round robin is what the state does now, so we got to go with that, man. In your tenure here, what's been the best part about hosting the Gold Dome Classic?
Honestly, obviously playing and competing is the top of it, but I really enjoy watching other coaches coach their teams and seeing how teams have developed over the years and throughout the season. That's the fun part to me. We didn't play last night. I got to watch 3 great games and got 3 great outcomes. That's part of it to me, is the fellowship of the coaches and the players and all coming together and competing in what we think is a great venue. And our booster club does a great job with the hospitality room. And overall, it's a great week. It's stressful, it's long, but we really enjoy watching everybody play and then getting to compete against some really good competition.
If a young coach who's starting at a new school wanted to start a long-term tradition of hosting a tournament, what would be your first thought to him?
I walked into it when I got here. It had been established, so we just tried to make it as good as we could and keep it going. If a younger guy's trying to start a tournament, obviously you got to get a little base of teams that'll come play. I think it's important we feed the teams as much as we can throughout the week. So on Saturday, everybody gets jambalaya, but on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, our leftover stuff in the booster club towards the back end of the night, we try to feed as many teams as we can if we have a lot of extra food. I think that helps coaches want to come back. Kids enjoy coming. The venue's great because you can eat in the hospitality room and watch the games at the same time. So I think the best thing to do if you're trying to have a tournament is try and make it as easy for other coaches as possible.
When you look at, I'm thinking about some of my favorite teams. That have come through the Gold Dome tournament.
Airline came for many years,
Man, Airline back in the day, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, they had some good teams. I'll tell you, we had Scotlandville my first couple of years when they had Javante and that whole group, and they were fun to watch. They beat us, but they were fun to watch. We've had a lot of good EAs, brought a handful of great teams through here, your son and going back to Jacardo and players like that. We've had some great players playing this and some really good teams that went on. We've had Ponchatoula here for the last probably 8 years, and they've won 2 state championships here recently. U High's here today. Parkview's got another good group. You go down the list, and we've been fortunate enough to attract teams that not only are good in this area, but statewide. So that's been nice.
So when you look at it right now, I know right now that Madison Prep is,
for sure,
this year they're doing out-of-state travel tournament games again. What's some teams though right now locally that you would not locally in the Ascension area, but that's
outside
probably
the metro area,
outside of the metro area that you would like to see come and participate for future events?
Yeah, honestly, we're open to anybody. We have, we try and match up teams that are maybe high level one year, maybe the next year they're down a little bit. We try and make every game competitive as best we can. So if you're a team like a Zachary, a U High, even a Madison Prep, we're going to match you up with the best teams in our tournament. You're going to have an opportunity to compete against the best, trying to have very competitive games. Some years, Ponchatoula won a couple state championships. Right now, they're pretty young, so we match them up a little differently than we had in the past. But in general, we want good basketball games. We want good competitive games, and we got great coaches. But everybody's seasons and teams fluctuates. So we try and match up the best we can and roll the ball out and have some fun.
4 games tonight.
4.
You know the schedule right offhand?
I believe we start with Walker and Ponchatoula, and then we go to Dutchtown and Parkview, and then we'll play Parkway from up in Shreveport. They're coming down again this year with a really good team, so we're excited to compete against a really good team. And then the late game is Denham Springs and U High. So we're
awesome.
looking at some really competitive games. Again, Denham, playing really good basketball
Yes.
last year or two. They're expecting to make another run, and got them against U High, who just had a big win against Zachary. So we're looking at some good games tonight, and then hopefully about the next 2 days.
No doubt, man. Coach Joe at U-High does a great job, man. He's been a staple of promoting good basketball in the right way.
Sure.
Again, I can't remember the Parkview coach name, but
Brad Voigt, he does a great job. He's at Woodlawn, now he's at Parkview.
the 3-4 years he's been at Parkview, phenomenal job. The kids love playing for him.
That's right.
So again, I got to see EA last night.
Yep.
They played Coach Caillou
Yep.
and HL Bourgeois.
Right. It was a great game. Great game.
Yeah. I left at halftime because
It
it looked
ended up
like
being a great
yeah,
finish.
it looked like things were under control, and then I get here today, and you're like, yeah, HL pulled it out.
Yeah.
So
it was a great basketball game, and HL made one more shot than
Yeah.
EA did at the end.
congrats to all those kids, man, and competing. It's nothing like competing. So again, we want to wish you guys the best
Appreciate it, though.
the best of playing, because I hate to say good luck just seems like all the practice you guys do in the preseason and stuff. When you say good luck, they say, okay, you just threw away all those kids' work and effort. So I hope everyone has a great, safe tournament. Thank you for taking a moment with Off the Bench Sports. So remember, get off the bench, get into the game.